Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new video here on the channel. So, hope you guys are all having an amazing day today. In this video, I'm going to be talking about my personal opinions as far as what Flaks you should build in what order. Keep in mind, it is just my opinions based on the experiences that I've had in the game and my personal successes and failures with my base. So, take it for what it's worth. If you disagree, let me know why down in the comment section. I'm definitely interested in hearing it. But let's go ahead and get into it. So, the first flak you should build is probably the dark flak, and that's kind of like the standard. You don't see very many people not building a dark flak first. It deals an insane amount of damage. If you look at the dark flak, you'll see, 77 million, so almost 80 million attack power. And then a same level flak is almost half of that. Now, obviously, the dark flak doesn't have as fast of a firing rate, but the dark flak is just incredibly good for dealing a large amounts of damage, and that is awesome at lower levels and higher levels, obviously. It also has the built-in utility of stunning the dragon, which is amazing. It really screws over a lot of warriors and hunters and sorcerers. Like, it's just overall one of the best towers in the game. So that should be probably your first should be your first flak, regardless of what level you are. Now, I will insert this like public service announcement or like this disclaimer: do not build too many flaks at once. This is something that I see a couple people, I'll see bases every now and then. I think most people understand this, but just in case, do not just build the second that you can, you level up to a point where you can level or build one of these flaks. Do not necessarily get the flak as soon as you can, because all of these require elemental embers, and they are quite difficult to get as a free-to-play or, a low spender. I mean, I'm struggling, and I spend quite a bit, obviously. I have, 1.24 million egg tokens, obviously I spend. But yeah, it can get really difficult, and you don't want to necessarily have to, hold back on, getting a maxed out flak for your level because you have to level 2 other flaks. So just focus on one, and obviously I know, there's gonna be that one dude, dude, it's so easy, I got 200k, it's always that one dude, in line that has, 2 million of everything. Freaking noob. I hate those people. Sorry, I love everyone, but man, those people. So for the most part, generally speaking, do not build too many flaks at once. Try and keep each of your flaks maxed out at your level. So, just kind of, assess, your own situation. If you have a lot of elemental embers and you only have one flak, maybe start building a second one. Now, the second one, this is where you start getting a lot of people asking, fire flak, ice flak, which one? So the thing is on most bases at lower levels, you're going to have a dark flak, a red mage, a blue mage, and then a storm, and then a ice turret. That's, generally speaking, the setup for most kill islands at lower levels if they're building a short base, which you should. So if you think about it, really you have 3 utility towers, alright? So that's the storm, that's the blue mage, and the red mage. I wouldn't necessarily replace the storm, because that is really, really good against players who don't realize it's there. Because a lot of people don't, in their minds, I don't know why, but they always spam all their ammo, using a hunter, on the towers up front, and then the storm shield just, shields them all, and then they're screwed because they're out of ammo. Or, it's a warrior, and they can't kill the blue mage and the red mage, so they get rage drained. So that leaves, as far as tower goes, to replace the ice turret, which in my opinion, I think is the best choice. So you have 3 utility towers. Utility towers meaning that they are more useful for what they do rather than the damage they deal. The dark flak is definitely a damage dealing tower, but the red mage, the blue mage, and the storm is more for utility, right? So instead of putting another utility tower like an ice flak, in my opinion, having that secondary damage dealer is really, really gonna help. Because at lower levels, you still have players who are trying to learn the game, who are trying to learn how to fly. Obviously, I know there's level 100s that are insanely good, fly way better than me, and a lot of other players. But generally speaking, this is when you start, trying to learn how to fly dragons. And a lot of people are still reliant on warriors. So you want to be able to kill them. A lot of warriors are tanky, so you have to have the ability to deal lots of damage. Not only that, but also the fire flak has built-in utility of temporarily reducing the dragon attack damage, which is awesome for against warriors, for hunters, for sorcerers, whatever's attacking you. It is awesome for it. So The third Flak is, in my opinion, the Ice Flak out of the other, Earth and Electro. And this is like, I built my Ice Flak around level 300, obviously, because, obviously, like, it wasn't actually a tower until I was around level 300. I know, I have a level 200 that has an Ice Flak, but she also has, like, a Dark Flak and Fire Flak as well, but she's really active. She is a free-to-play as on top of that. But having an Ice Flak is definitely useful. It disables all the spells. In my opinion, I think it's a good replacement for the Storm. It doesn't shield towers per se, but again, it's a utility. And having those 3 utility towers and then 2 damage dealing towers, I feel like is a good average build for most spaces, and you're going to see a lot of successes. If you built right, if you have good gear, if you have good runes, if you have a perch with a warrior, like, it just normally works. So yeah, I would definitely go for the Ice Flak. As far as the Earth Flak and then Electro Flak go, I love my Earth Flak. That's why I leveled it up to 84 before the others. But primarily that's because of my Lightning Tower Island. And it deals so much damage. Lightning Towers at my level are incredible. I love it so much. It kills more dragons normally than my Kill Island. So that's kind of crazy if you think about it. But I don't know. I love them. So the Earth Flak is, if you want another Flak after you build these 3 and you're like a level 400 or so, or, even like 350 and have max Flaks and need something to level, sure, build a Earth Flak. But I wouldn't necessarily go for an Electro Flak ever, simply because it's just not worth the Elemental Embers in my opinion. The only thing about it, right? Like, all these towers have like something that makes it really, really special. The only thing about the Electro Flak is that its super shot is a projectile instead of elemental, which means that elemental resist will not affect the incoming damage from that super shot. So it's just another like heavy damage dealing tower. But I mean, at the same time, like, is it really worth spending all those elemental embers on an Electro Flak? In my opinion, not really. It's not going to make that much of a difference. The rest of the towers all have something that make it crucial to base defense. Like this, adds extra HP and shields towers. This decreases the damage that dragons can do, and also has a huge, like, super fast firing rate, so it can keep shooting. This disables spells, this stuns dragons and deals tons of damage. And the Electro Flak is like, alright, it can deal like decent damage as a projectile instead of elemental. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not the same. So yeah, that's, my interpretation or my opinions or my suggestions as far as Flak goes in the game. Let me know what you think down in the comment section, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.